Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Authorities in Wilkes-Barre are currently investigating 2 separate incidents of shots fired in the city. The first one happened Friday around 5 p.m. near Hollenbach and Madison Streets. A witness told police that 2 men were seen walking on Hollenbach before the gunshots were heard. Then shortly afterwards, a white car was observed speeding down the street with shattered windows. The second incident occurred around 10:30 Saturday night at Hanover and Barney Streets. According to police, 11 shell casings were found at the scene, and video surveillance showed a white vehicle fleeing the area. Anyone with information about the shootings is being asked to contact police. PennDOT reduced the speed limit on major roadways earlier today due to the wintry mix impacting the area. Motorists are encouraged to avoid any unnecessary travel, but those who have to head out will be restricted to 45 miles per hour on Interstate 81 in Luzerne, Lackawanna, and Susquehanna counties. All truck drivers are reminded to travel in the right lane only during the speed limit reduction. PennDOT is also reminding travelers to carry an emergency kit in their vehicles. A basic kit should include non-perishable food, water, a blanket, and a small shovel. Visit 511pa.com, call 511, or download the mobile app for the most up-to-date travel and weather conditions on the roadways. 2 men were caught red-handed stealing from a Broad Street building. Hazleton police responded to a report of a theft in progress Monday morning at 145 West Broad Street. When officers arrived, they allegedly found 23-year-old Anthony Marazzo and 35-year-old Charles Rademacher removing a large amount of conduit wires from the premises. Both men were arrested and charged with burglary, theft, and criminal trespass. Marazzo was also found to be in possession of suspected meth and a glass pipe. He was additionally charged with possession of a controlled substance and drug paraphernalia. Several people were taken to the hospital following a barroom brawl over the weekend in Hazleton. Employees with Lehigh Valley Hospital reported the assaults to police around 2:30 Sunday morning. An investigation revealed that a fight broke out inside Gold Lounge at 44 East Broad Street. Officers looked over numerous videos of the brawl that were posted to social media. They showed people being punched and knocked to the ground, as well as furniture being tossed around. Several people were cited, and the incident was reported to Pennsylvania Liquor Control Enforcement. The business also appeared to have violated the maximum occupancy limits set forth by the state during the pandemic. The names of those involved have not been released at this time, and no life-threatening injuries were reported. Thousands of dollars were stolen from a home safe earlier this month in Hazel Township. State police said yesterday that 2 men wearing face masks, gloves, and hooded sweatshirts tore down a security camera back on January 9th at a home on Coal Miner Drive. The 2 unidentified suspects then forced their way inside the residence through a rear door and proceeded to steal a safe containing an estimated $60,000 to $65,000. They also left with headphones and a black purse. Anyone with information on the burglaries being asked to contact PSP at Hazleton. An arrest warrant was issued for a Wilkes-Barre woman who allegedly set fire to a pile of clothes during an argument Sunday afternoon. Police were called to Madison Avenue shortly before 2 p.m. for a report of a fight. Kiana Singleton was allegedly arguing with an unidentified male in the street. She reportedly went into her home and came back out with a pile of clothing, which she threw into the street before setting fire to them. She then fled the scene before police arrived. Singleton's being charged with reckless endangerment, disorderly conduct, harassment, and criminal mischief. A Reading man's locked up after allegedly assaulting and strangling his ex-girlfriend over the weekend. The victim spoke to Pottsville police about a domestic assault at the hand of her ex-boyfriend, 20-year-old Kyrie Harris Seabury, who was out on bail from a prior incident in which she was the victim. She said Harris Seabury forced his way into her home on Pioneer Road in Shenandoah Saturday and proceeded to assault and strangle her until she couldn't breathe, punch her in the face, and take her cell phone. He then refused to let her leave, so when she tried to the next morning, he again grabbed her by the throat and punched her in the stomach before fleeing in a vehicle. The victim sustained injuries to her neck, arm, lip, and nose. Harris Seabury faces a slew of charges and was taken to Schuylkill County Prison after failing to post his $100,000 cash bail. Tonight at 7, Hazleton City Council will be voting on the first reading of an ordinance that could bring a developer one step closer to obtaining 366 acres of land. The ordinance authorizes the city to file a declaration of taking for 3 parcels near mine-scarred land right off South Church Street. Hazelton Creek Commerce Center Holdings LLC wants to develop the land for warehousing or light manufacturing and requested the declaration for traffic and storm water improvements. The developer will have to cover all costs associated with taking and acquisition and asked the city to file a complaint and condemnation and acquire the parcels. Links and other details about tonight's meeting are available at hazeltoncity.org. The Department of Labor and Industry announced the continuance of payments for the PUA program, and our Philip Kaufman has the details.
Pennsylvania Department of Labor and Industry Acting Secretary Jennifer Barrier announced that payments for the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program in the new Federal CARES Act extension are resuming.
Beginning today, claimants of the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, also known as the PUA program, can file for additional claim weeks. CARES Act extension provides an additional 11 weeks of payment for these workers. This is crucial because many of the industries that continue to be heavily affected by the COVID-19 pandemic are staffed by workers who are not eligible for traditional unemployment compensation.
The Pandemic Unemployment Assistance, or PUA, assists workers who lost their jobs due to COVID-19 and are not typically eligible for unemployment compensation programs. This includes gig workers, freelancers, and self-employed workers. If you are a claimant, please consider the following information when filing.
PUA claimants should simply log into their dashboards as they had done prior to December 26th. The additional claim weeks have been added into their accounts. The steps to file are the same as they were before. Eligible claimants will be able to file for the weeks of January 2nd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. Claimants who took a break in filing for PUA benefits because they were either out of funds or did not file for the week ending December 26th for any reason must reopen their claims before they can proceed. Claimants should log into their dashboard and click on the link to reopen a claim. Claimants must file by January 29th. If you miss this deadline, you will need to email ucpua@pa.gov to request backdating.
Remember, the deadline is January 29th, so as January comes to a close, it's crucial you do this as soon as possible. The original CARES Act programs, including Pandemic Emergency Unemployment Compensation, expired the end of December 2020. L&I is in the final stages of the PEUC implementation and will be providing an update to those claimants very soon. So for now, remain patient, file your claim, and if you have concerns or questions, feel free to contact L&I.
I know the wait has been frustrating. Labor and industry appreciates the patience of our claimants in providing our programmers the time needed to complete the required coding changes. Any claimants who have questions or concerns about their claims once their filing period reopens should reach out to us via email. PUA claimants should email ucpua@pa.gov. PEUC claimants should email uchelp@pa.gov.
Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. Coming up on WYLN News, details on the Trump impeachment process, plus enrolling your Hazleton area kindergarten kiddos. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
In the snow. And if you don't want to play in the snow, don't get your jackets on.
Penn State Hazleton is improving the lives of others, starting in our community.
Providing degrees that meet the needs of the area.
Fueling entrepreneurship and contributing more than $36 million annually to the state's economy.
Researching the health of our local ecosystem on the Susquehanna River.
Together, our impact keeps growing, backed by the strength of 24 campuses and 700,000 alumni.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spacemen on Wyln TV 35. Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 4, Sundays at 9.
A new series is set to begin this week with the goal of helping young women with necessary life skills. The Greater Hazleton Chamber of Commerce Women's Networking Committee created the You Go Girl series that's open to all young women. The year-long monthly series will feature professional women sharing their experiences and know-how with younger females and help supplement the annual Women's Empowerment Grant. Day one of the series begins Thursday, January 28th at 3:30 via Zoom, where Jessica Spare of Luzerne Bank will be discussing banking basics. All sessions will be available via Zoom, and attendees will receive their link to enter once they're registered, which is required. You can do so by visiting hazletonchamber.org or by calling Leanne Falabelle at 570-436-7960. We'll have more on featured speakers and the program on tomorrow night's news. Democrats marched the impeachment case to the Senate Monday night for the start of Donald Trump's historic trial. However, Republican senators seemed to ease up their criticism of the former president, rejecting calls to convict him over the chaos that ensued at the U.S. Capitol January 6th. House prosecutors delivered the lone impeachment charge of incitement of insurrection, which Republicans are now arguing against the legitimacy of the trial, questioning whether Trump's actions really amounted to incitement. What at first seemed for some like an open-shut case is starting to play out very differently. Security remains tight at the Capitol, as arguments in the Senate trial are set to begin the week of February 8th. Just a reminder from Lehigh Valley Health Network that the first COVID-19 mass vaccinations at Dorney Park and Wildwater Kingdom in Allentown will begin tomorrow, January 27th. LVHN's drive-through clinic will administer free vaccinations to those 75 and up with an appointment from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Those 75 and up are urged to use the My LVHN patient portal to self-schedule their appointment. Those with an account will receive a notification to schedule their appointment, while those without an account can make one at lvhn.org/vaccines or by calling 833-LVHN-CVD. Scheduling an appointment is dependent on LVHN's supply of available vaccines, which is determined by the state. The Hazleton Area School District opened up online kindergarten registration for the 2021-22 school year. Children must be 5 years old before August 31st of 2021 to be eligible, and the same steps can be followed when enrolling other students. Parents and guardians can contact registration coordinators and send all necessary information to hasdk12.org. All processing will take place online to ensure that all requirements are met. Parents will then receive an email in order to communicate with the child's school for what steps to take next. Coming up on Emerald's News Choice, we talk clearing off your vehicles on this Trooper Talk Tuesday and Community and You. Plus, hiking halted on the Appalachian Trail. Stay with us.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim, ductless, heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill for Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists. Call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
WYLN, first in live local sports. The winter sports season is here. Catch these games live on WYLN this week. St. John Bosco Church in Cunningham is having a 2021 Great Dog Raffle where you can win cash or an SUV. The drawing is Super Bowl Sunday, February 7th. Please call the church at 570-788-1997 for tickets.
Did you know that WYLN News provides news updates every weekday afternoon
at 1, 3, and 5 here on TV and on social media?
Did you also know you can watch WYLN News on the go by visiting our website or YouTube page?
Now more than ever,
WYLN is your local news leader.
Hello and welcome to Trooper Talk Tuesday. I'm Philip Kaufman, joined as always by Trooper Anthony Petrosky. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
And today, folks, we're talking about clearing those vehicles off because there is snow and ice in the January season, in the February season, and even going into April, March. We never know because sometimes the weather can be unpredictable. But when you're out there on the road, there are a few things that you can control, and the major one is clearing your car of snow and ice. So why don't we talk a little bit about that?
The biggest thing about this is planning ahead. Anytime you talk about travel, winter travel, or even during the construction season, right, we have to plan ahead. So if you have to go somewhere the next day, know what the weather's going to be. Know if it's going to snow. Because this way, if it's going to overnight, you may have to get up a little bit earlier so you have ample amount of time to clear off your vehicle of any snow and ice. In Pennsylvania, all drivers must have a clear and unobstructed view of the road at all times. That means your front windshield. And I don't just mean just this little section here so your eyes can see through. It has to be the entire windshield, all side windows, and the rear windshield. It has to be clear. And that's actually a violation. You could be pulled over. If it's not, that's a $25 fine plus court costs, which totals up to about over $100. Again, something that if you just give yourself a little more extra time, you clean your vehicle off, it's safer for you because you could see the road. It's safer for other people because your snow and ice isn't falling off your vehicle and striking another vehicle. Now, if that happens while your vehicle's in motion, if the snow or ice dislodges and strikes another vehicle and causes serious bodily injury or death to a person, you could face a fine of anywhere from $200 to $1,000 fine. And that's just legal fines. Yeah. That's not any kind of civil issues, anything like that. So the important point is clear off your snow and ice. Think about it. If you were driving down the road, you wouldn't want somebody in front of you having snow and ice flying off their vehicle and hitting yours. It could be dangerous. It could cause damage. Just clear it off. Plan ahead, right? That's the biggest thing.
Exactly. And so with planning ahead, what are some steps I know most people probably know what to do, but if for somebody who's kind of considering not thinking about I'll just scrape it off real quick or I'll just do this or that, what are some extra steps that people can take to make sure that they're prepared and cautious?
Yeah, so again, knowing the weather, getting up earlier that morning so you can clear off the entire vehicle. Have a remote starter on your vehicle so you could safely start your vehicle and not leave the key inside of it so somebody could take it. That helps warm it up and clear off some of the ice. But again, clearing all the windows, the front windshield and the rear windshield. You got to clear them all out so you could see. It's very important.
Well, folks, it's a really important thing. Your cars are probably one of the most dangerous things out there that we all operate, and making sure that we're safe with them is extremely important. And during the winter, This is probably one of the most dangerous times of the year to be on the road with your car, and you need to make sure that you take care of it. And you can prevent accidents from happening. You can prevent other people from being distressed on the road by simply cleaning your car, by simply planning ahead, defrosting those windows, clearing off the ice, clearing off the top of the roof as well, and just making sure that everything is good to go. Kind of put it into the perspective of do unto your neighbor as you would do unto yourself. You don't want ice falling onto you, so why would you let ice fall onto other people?
And remember, clear the entire windshield, not just that little section for your eyes.
So, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you folks for joining us. Remember, clear those vehicles. Here on Trooper Talk Tuesday, thank you, on WYLN TV.
Third Base Luncheonette, still making memories after all these years.
CARES has immediate openings for life-sharing providers to mentor and provide care in their home for an adult with intellectual disabilities. Our life-sharing program focuses on independence, living in and enjoying a local community, and building a companionship that's beneficial to both parties. CARES will provide training, support, and a monthly compensation in the form of a stipend. If you'd like to learn more about life-sharing, call CARES at 866-CARES-VIP.
Tune in every Sunday night on WYLN from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for hard-hitting, high-flying, non-stop action as only Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling High Voltage can bring you. That's Pennsylvania Premier Wrestling every Sunday night on WYLN. I'll see you in the ring.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about visiting a restaurant that has a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we'll be featuring on our show. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. Jeff Bonomo and his co-host, Alan Giannetti, welcome you into the world of craft beer, great wine, and good food. Wine, Hops, and Road Stops.
Hikers are now being told to postpone any plans to cover the nearly 2,200-mile Appalachian Trail this year due to the pandemic. The Appalachian Trail Conservancy is recommending against long-distance hikes as long as the pandemic continues while vaccines aren't widely available. Since hikers stay at shelters in close quarters along the trail, adhering to CDC health and safety guidelines would be nearly impossible. Nearly 2,000 thru hikers have already registered, but without clear guidance from the CDC, hiking will be halted. The Appalachian Trail covers 2,193 miles through 14 states from Georgia to Maine. So, you may not be able to hike the Appalachian, but you can still cast your lines for the first day of trout season this spring. The Pennsylvania Fish and Boat Commission set a statewide opening date for April 3rd. No regional openings for trout season this year, but there will be a Mentored Youth Day on Saturday, March 27th. Officials will be busy stocking trout next month in preparation for 2021's opening day. And our WYLN sports crew is gearing up for its second 2021 high school basketball game. We kick off with some live Cougar Patriot action this Thursday, January 28th, when the ball is in Hazleton's court for the girls' matchup against Pittston. Get your favorite fill of Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, and our WYLN sports crew, bringing you the event, not just the highlights. No plans Thursday night? No problem. Got some? Well, cancel them. Instead, tune in for the 7:30 tip-off and all the live local action right here on WYLN TV. And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page or WYLNTV.com, where you can also find LVHN's real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us and look at today's weathers next, right here on WYLN TV.
Having a trusted local healthcare partner who knows you and keeps you well is vital. Lehigh Valley Health Network's Vital Choice program is a free wellness program for Greater Hazleton area residents ages 60 plus who like having choices in healthcare. Vital Choice gives you access to your choice of doctors, your choice of healthcare services, and free and discounted fitness, wellness, and social benefits without limiting you to one insurance provider. Learn more at lvhn.org/vital choice or call 501-7444.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
There's no better place to shoot than Whitetail Preserve. Their skeet trap and sporting clay fields are professionally designed and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-455-4251 extension 1378 for more information.
What's on TV? Plenty. WYLN TV 35, the best in local programming.